Welcome back, decoders, to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody, and today is March 14th, 2026, and this is a live stream. Let's get those sound checks out of the way. Give me those thumbs up in the live stream chat. And today we're going to talk about the Ides of March. So hope you guys are all well today. Thank you, Coffee Girl. Appreciate you, as always, getting that thumbs up so we can make sure I'm coming through. Cornith, thank you. Corinth 44, I guess is how you say it. Corinth, 2 Corinthians 4:4. Yeah, I started at 9:10. Kind of unintentional, actually. That was Charlie Kirk's date of when he supposedly got you know what. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to cover this whole thing with the Ides of March because, it's really interesting what's lining up with the Ides of March this year. Now, let me just preface this video by saying I don't think that Donald Trump's going to get taken out tomorrow. I don't think that's happening. But I do think that this Ides of March tomorrow is very coded into the reality of the other events that have already happened and also future events that might happen. So we're just going to look at tomorrow and how it kind of codes in with the Trump incident, the Charlie Kirk incident. It also seems to connect with the JFK incident in some ways as well. So, yeah, we're going to kind of cover that stuff today. And hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. And again, don't forget to hit those like buttons if you do enjoy the stream. I really think that you guys have really been giving me lots of love lately. And again, I always really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much. Yeah, happy birthday to Ball Don't Lie. It's going to be his birthday tomorrow. Thank you, Golden Age, for reminding us here. And so I basically just want to start out by, again, let me give it like another minute, let get some other people in here, and then we'll start. But I started looking into the Ides of March because everyone knows what the Ides of March are about, right? It's about Caesar, okay? And when you think of Caesar, especially currently, you think of Donald Trump being kind of the dictator, role he's playing. And then you obviously, we know he's already had his own incident with getting clipped in the ear, supposedly, right? Again, we put quotation marks around most of these things because the Charlie Kirk thing, we got to put air quotes around that. We're just pretending like that's true when we know it's probably not. Also, Donald Trump's, same thing, right? JFK, probably the same thing. Caesar, probably even the same thing with Caesar. Who knows? All these assassinations over the years are most of the time order out of chaos. And, we're going to talk about kind of how these things connect to tomorrow. So anyway, this isn't going to be a super long stream. I don't have very many slides, but I do have some powerful slides that should make you guys go, wow, that's interesting. But yeah, the assassination of Julius Caesar on the Ides of March, March 15th in the year 44 BC. Of course, we know in gematria the word 44 is associated with the word kill. Kill equals 44. There's so many things I could say about 44, but I mean, the main one is that kill equals 44. Of course, Martin Luther King, 4-4, right? All those, a lot of 4-4s. But the big thing is, it's been, actually, it says the conspirators were numbering 60 individuals. I didn't even really realize that. 60 individuals, guys. And of course, we know Donald Trump equals 60. And Donald Trump won the 60th presidential election. And so I think that's interesting. 60 conspirators led by Marcus, Junius, Brutus, Gaius, Cassius, and Longinus. What funny names they had back then in those days. But yeah, so the conspirators, guys, and I'm just wondering if in the future there's going to be some sort of thing where Trump is kind of turned on by his cabinets and by his allies. And I kind of think the WWE is actually playing that out currently. Cody Rhodes has been turned on again, like for the third straight years, by one of his friends. So let me just show you that from last night. I think this is an Ides of March ritual. Let me just show you kind of how the WWE is playing Shakespeare. Last night, it was a betrayal. Think about it, guys. Right before the Ides of March, literally like the last WWE show before the Ides of March, there's a betrayal. Oh, really? By a friend. And this guy's he's the viper, right? The snake. But notice how Cody has the blonde hair. I've compared him to Trump before. He's more connected to King Charles, but Cody Rhodes is definitely connected to Donald Trump. But just take a look at this. He took bloody blood all over the place again. This is 3 years in a row that Cody Rhodes has been turned on by friends, and it just makes me think, the Ides of March, and all this happens in March every year. Cody Rhodes gets betrayed in March, so it seems to be a theme here with the Ides of March and betrayals, and lots of different things to think about here. But again, he was all bloody. It's just a gruesome thing, just like WWE normally does with Cody Rhodes. But yeah. So friends turning on friends, just like this. So I just wanted to start out with that because I thought, that just happened last night, right before the Ides of March. And so check this out, guys. This is an absolutely powerful slide that I'm about ready to show you. It's so profound, really, how scripted this reality is, okay? So we're going to go, the first slide is just going to be the main gist of the whole decode, okay? So, check this out, folks. Donald Trump was clipped in the ear, again, in quotation marks, on Julius Caesar's birthday, July 13th, 2024. He was clipped in the ear at supposedly 6:11 p.m. What are the odds that 6:11 days after the 6:11 clip in the ear on Julius Caesar's birthday is Julius Caesar's assassination date, March 15th, 2026. 6:11 days between, guys. Are you coding me? How perfect. Not only is 6:11 the time that Trump was clipped in the ear, it's also the gematria of assassination. So do you guys I think that just that right there should make you guys say, just as normal. Again, most of you guys, I don't need to convince anything, but what are the odds of that? Just overall, what are the odds? Okay. And why is Trump getting clipped in the ear on 6:11 on Julius Caesar's birthday? And why is it 6:11 days later that we land on Julius Caesar's assassination date, when assassination equals 6:11? Okay. Also, the phrase, all roads lead to Rome. All roads lead to Rome equals 6:11. Interesting, right? Because we're talking about 6:11 assassination in the same cipher. All roads lead to Rome. And Jurassic Liars, shout out to him. He's shown many times that Trump even brought attention to the 6:11 when he returned to Butler 84 weeks later. Now, Jurassic says Trump's going to get taken out on 8/4 this year. I think he's probably more right about that. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, guys. I'm just saying that tomorrow is such an important day because it's 6:11 days later. And again, the word assassination equals 6:11, okay? Can I get some mind blows in the chat for that, though? Sometimes you got to put things in perspective, guys. It's pretty mind-blowing that this is the alignment, how perfect it aligns. It doesn't mean anything needs to happen tomorrow. It just means that this is all about the 6/11 assassination riddle. And again, let me make this even more interesting as we go through. The next big assassination that happened after Trump's was, of course, the quotations Charlie Kirk on September 10th, one day before 9/11. Of course, 9/11 is like an upside down 6/11. But what are the odds, folks, that from Charlie Kirk's assassination on September 10th at a Turning Point USA event in Orem, Utah? Let me just say this first. Guys, he was literally shot in Rome, Utah. The word Orem is literally an anagram of Rome. So Charlie Kirk was shot in Rome, Utah. And 187 days later is the Ides of March, which remembers the assassination of Julius Caesar in Rome. And check this out. Ides of March equals Orem, Utah. Look at that. Orem, Utah equals Ides of March, 101. But what makes this even more mind-blowing is that it was 187 days later. 187 is a multiple important number. Why? Because 187 is the penal code in California for a murder. Now, Charlie Kirk was at a Turning Point USA event. And what's the gematria of Turning Point USA? It equals 187, guys. So is the United States going to make a turning point 187 days later? Could we get another event tomorrow in the Middle East or with somebody else tomorrow? I think tomorrow is still an important date. I'm not saying Trump's going to get taken out tomorrow. But I want you to look very closely at the phrase Turning Point USA. Not only does it equate to 187, check out how many words and letters Turning Point USA is made out of. It's made out of 3 words and 15 total letters. Guys, the words Turning Point USA is literally coded 3 words, 15 letters, like the date of the Ides of March, 3/15. And again, this happened in Orem, which is Rome. Washington, D.C. used to be known as Rome on the Potomac. Okay, Trump is in Washington, D.C., right? And, Washington, D.C., I forgot, equals 187, okay? So I could have thrown that in there, but Washington, D.C., 187, okay? Tomorrow is 187 days after the shooting in Rome, in Orem. And Orem actually means a serpent. I just told you last night the serpent betrayed Cody Rhodes in WWE live Shakespearean plays. And again, just think about this. 611 days after Trump being shot at 611, assassination equals 611. All roads lead to Rome equals 611. Tomorrow is 187 days after the shooting in Rome, Orem, Utah, at a Turning Point USA event. Ides of March equals Orem, Utah, and Turning Point USA is made up of 3 words and 15 letters, which is the Ides of March. Now, the guy who wrote the play, again, WWE, I just showed you, played tribute to this. The guy who wrote the Shakespearean play, Julius Caesar, is William Shakespeare. And the gematria of William Shakespeare is 187. Okay, going back to the last slide, remember all these 187s. What's the odds? William Shakespeare, who wrote Julius Caesar, equals 187, okay? And again, in that play, he says, beware the Ides of March, okay? Now, the Ides of March is actually also about paying debts. So tomorrow is not is actually a Sunday, which makes it even less likely that something's going to happen tomorrow. Again, this is not a prediction video at all because I really don't think I think it's less likely it happens tomorrow, but it's possible. There's anything is possible, but I'm just showing with you the code, okay? And this is the code. Now, speaking of Shakespeare, back in 2017, there was a skit in New York on Broadway, and it depicted Trump, a character being taken out that looked like Donald Trump, and he was taken out in the form of Julius Caesar style. Okay, so I just told you, 187 days after Charlie Kirk in Orem, Utah, William Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar. William Shakespeare equals 187. And back in 2017, the first show of this event, this Donald Trump lookalike who got taken out, was on June 12th, guys. Well, that's one day after June 11th, which is 6/11. I already showed you the 6/11 connection. But that first show actually happened on June 12th. And if you type it in, it actually comes up with an article on June 11th. Trump lookalike Caesar. If you check out the Guardian, I guess it says June 12th here again, but anyway, June 12th is only one day after June 11th, 6/11, so it's pretty close. Trump as Julius Caesar, anger over play misses Shakespeare's point, I guess. Stephen Greenblatt, that's an interesting name. But yeah, guys, the point is that Julius Caesar equals 187. This is a Shakespearean play, right? Depicting a lookalike similar to Donald Trump in a similar fashion as Julius Caesar. And again, this was on June 12th. So I definitely think that this is part of it. And again, with Shakespeare being also, if you want to look at the date measurement, this show ended on June 18th, 2017. And what's interesting is if you measure from June 18th, 2017 to tomorrow, it's 4, 5, 6 weeks in one day. And 4561 is the 618th prime number. So from 618 to tomorrow is the 618 prime. That's an interesting alignment. So I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was an interesting alignment considering it ended on 618, this play of Trump lookalike. But besides that, let's bring all this together and just really bring this into a head here. Look at this, folks. This is all in one slide. This brings it all together in one remarkable slide. And I want you guys to process how remarkable this is, that it all lines up with tomorrow so perfectly. 6/11 days from Trump being shot at 6/11. Assassination equals 6/11. That was on Julius Caesar's birthday. It's 187 days after the Turning Point USA event, which equals 187. And that was in Orem, Utah, which is an anagram of Rome. But another 187 is the gematria of JFK assassination. JFK assassination equals 187. Well, the JFK assassination happened on 11/22, which is the Sumerian gematria of JFK assassination. What's the point of that? Look at that, guys. 187 in the chat. Look at this. Every stream it happens. Every stream. I know I say it every stream, but that's because every stream it literally happens. Just sitting on 187. But look how many days after Butler was at 2211 UTC time. Great addition. It was at 2211 UTC time. That's a great addition. But look, tomorrow is 3 months and 22 days after the JFK assassination anniversary. Guys, the Brotherhood of Death, Order 322. Look at the gematria of Brotherhood of Death. 187 and 611. So that means from Trump's 6/11, it's 6/11 days to tomorrow. From the JFK assassination, it's 322 days to tomorrow. And from Charlie Kirk, it's 187 to tomorrow. The Brotherhood of Death is Order 322, And the gematria of Brotherhood of Death is 187 and 611. How is that even possible, folks? Like, unless it's being completely, perfectly aligned with this reality. I mean, this is lined up perfectly with the gematria values of June 11th, 611, 187, and 322. And again, just the 611 connection itself is mind-blowing, okay? Now, I want to give a disclaimer here. June 15th aligns with all this stuff if you add the day. Now, if you don't add the day to the date duration, June 16th is also aligned to these numbers. So June 16th also connects to these alignments. So if you add the date to the measurement, if you add the end date to these measurements, it equals tomorrow, March 15th. But if you don't add the day, it lands on March 16th. So we have all these alignments are for both days, March 15th and March 16th. But again, I don't know what to tell you about how, and again, this doesn't mean anything needs to happen. In fact, all these things already have happened and they all align with tomorrow. Also, Holy Roman Empire equals 187, okay? So Brotherhood of Death, 187. Turning Point USA, 187. JFK assassination, 187. Holy Roman Empire, 187. Society of Jesus, 187. Just talked about them yesterday. William Shakespeare, 187. Washington, D.C., Rome on the Potomac, 187. Okay? Just to go back and show you guys that. Again, Trump does have some stuff on his schedule tomorrow. He's supposed to be traveling and doing a press tomorrow. But again, I don't necessarily mean that something's going to happen, but I'm just saying that he does have some stuff on his schedule. But yeah, Washington, D.C. equals 187. Just to add that in there. Now, I think those alignments are just remarkable. This is why, guys, I wasn't going to do a decode on this, but do you guys see why I had to do a decode? How could I skip a decode with an alignment so perfect? Like, how could I do it? It's just too perfect in every aspect, right? Brotherhood of Death, 611, 187. From Trump, it's 611. From Charlie Kirk, it's 187. But it gets even better because all three of these dates, guys, Donald Trump's shooting, Charlie Kirk's, and tomorrow all have the same date numerology. Check this out. 7 plus 13 plus 20 plus 24, Trump equals 64. 9 plus 10 plus 20 plus 25, Charlie Kirk's equals 64. Tomorrow, the Ides of March, 3 plus 15 plus 20 plus 26 equals 64. Well, in gematria, 64 is kill. But not only does it have 64, let's do the 44s. 7 plus 13 plus 24 equals 44. That's for Trump. 9 plus 10 plus 25 equals 44. That's for Charlie Kirk. Tomorrow is 3 plus 15 plus 26. That's 44. Now, why is 44 so significant? Because kill equals 44. Tomorrow is the kill day, guys. Kill equals 44 and 64. Tomorrow has date numerology of 44 and 64. Now, when was Caesar taken out? Caesar was taken out in the year 44. So, guys, I'm telling you, with this alignment, with the 611 and the 187 aligning perfectly, and with the kill date being tomorrow, let's watch and see if an actor dies in connection to Trump. I mean, what if an actor dies tomorrow, or a politician, a famous actor, a famous politician, somebody in the money markets even, or something happens. I don't know, but I'm just saying that tomorrow, I cannot see how we get through tomorrow without some sort of news on some sort of death connected to this. It's too perfect. It has the kill date. It has the 611. It has the 187 from Charlie Kirk. It has too much for there to be just nothing. But I'm not saying Trump's going to get taken out, okay? I can't say that because I just don't think it's going to happen. But, I mean, maybe Netanyahu gets confirmed dead tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, someone in the chat just said that. Maybe they announced Bibi Netanyahu is taken out because it's been all over Twitter lately that he's might be dead, right? So if they announced that Netanyahu was taken out yesterday, it would be because of this alignment, guys. It would be because of this. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could be, right? Let's just check something here. Let's see if there's alignment from Netanyahu. So tomorrow, let's go to Netanyahu's birthday. And let's go to tomorrow. Oh, I mean, it's 146 days after Netanyahu's birthday. That's Trump's birthday. It's also 4 months and 23 days after Netanyahu's birthday. William Shakespeare, check this out, guys. William Shakespeare was born and died on 4/23. Again, William Shakespeare equals 187. Tomorrow's 187 days after Charlie Kirk. William Shakespeare, 187. Tomorrow is 4 months and 23 days after Netanyahu's birthday, which is Shakespeare's birthday and death date. And if you go in days, it's Trump's birthday. So there's an even bigger, I didn't even know this, guys. But yeah, 14/5 is actually Israel's birthday. Wow, that's interesting, guys. So, wow. So wait a minute, let me get this right. If you don't add the day, tomorrow is Israel's birthday after Netanyahu's birthday. You get it? 5/14 is Israel's birthday. Netanyahu, from Netanyahu's birthday to tomorrow is 5/14, like their birthday. Now, if you add the date, it's Trump's birthday, 1/4/6. Now, if you look in the months, it's Shakespeare's birthday. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not saying Netanyahu is going to get confirmed dead tomorrow, but it wouldn't surprise me. That would actually be to me, that would be I definitely wouldn't hurt at all for that. But again, 2020. Also, it's 20 weeks and 6 days. That's gematria. Sacrifice equals 206 in gematria. That's also the Seattle area code, which is interesting. Seattle just won the Super Bowl. Let's see how many days it is before Netanyahu's birthday. Oh, it's 220 days before Netanyahu's birthday. That's Donald John Trump in gematria. It's 222 days before Netanyahu's birthday. That's Donald John Trump. That's Brotherhood of Death. If you type the Brotherhood of Death, 220. So it's 220 days before his birthday. 7 months and 6 days. That's also the gematria of Skull and Bones and Donald Trump. Skull and Bones, 76. Also, the World Zionist World Z organization equals 315. Tomorrow is 315. Remember how I told you that Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump, their names combined equals 315 and 153? So wait, if you combine Donald Trump and Netanyahu's names, it equals 315, which is tomorrow, and also equals 153, which is tomorrow? Okay, interesting. That is really interesting, actually. Also, this word, WWE just had Elimination Chamber. And again, WWE is Shakespeare. It's essentially Shakespearean. They just had Elimination Chamber, which equals 315. Also, where's the other one I was looking at? Well, anyway, World Z organization. And when I say Z, I mean the ZIONIST. I mean that. Anyway, this is not important, guys. The main point of this is the 187, the 611, the connection to the kill date. Tomorrow is the kill date, 44 and 64 date numerology, just like Trump's, just like Charlie Kirk's. And again, for those of you just getting in, 611 days after Trump, 187 days after Charlie Kirk, Brotherhood of Death, 187, 611, 3 months, 22 days after JFK anniversary. Also, it's the 74th day of the year. And Turning Point USA, 74. Turning Point USA makes up 3 words and 15 letters, like tomorrow is 315. Also, stabbing. Julius Caesar was stabbed on the 74th day of the year. Stabbing equals 74. Killing equals 74. Jesus equals 74. Lucifer 74. Gospel 74. Jewish 74. Parable 74. Cross 74. I mean, 74 is a huge number, guys. So just the fact that tomorrow is the 74th day of the year, you're going to get something. All right. So also, not only is it 611 days after Trump's ear wound, it's 120 days before the second anniversary of Trump's ear wound. 120 days. Well, the Latin phrase for Ides of March, Ides Martiae, equals 120. So tomorrow is Ides Martiae, which is 120 days before Trump's anniversary of his shooting. And that, again, that's the gematria, 120. So that's also interesting. Nuclear equals 74 as well. Yeah, that's a good addition with the 74s. Now, here's a very interesting one. So tomorrow, March 15th, 2026, is exactly 2,069 years since the assassination of Julius Caesar. Well, 2069 is the 312th prime number. Guys, how many votes, electoral votes, did Trump get in the 60th election? Remember, 60 conspirators came against Julius Caesar. Trump won the 60th election with 312 votes, guys. Let that sink in for a minute. Trump won the 60th election with 312 votes against Kamala Harris's 226. Guys, that's the year 226. I'm wondering if this wasn't pointing to the year 2026, because Kamala Harris got 226 votes and Trump got 312, which is the area code for Chicago, just like we got the new Pope from Chicago. But what's the chance that tomorrow is the 312 prime years after Caesar was taken out? And again, that connects to Trump. I already showed you the crazy connections with everything else. But what are the odds that it even aligns with his amount of votes he got in the election, man? I just don't, I can't, you see why I had to do this video? I couldn't just not do this video. I don't think it's going to happen. Anything's going to happen to Trump tomorrow. But again, I could not be a decoder and not put this out. Okay. It's too perfect. So anyway, that's the last of my slides. I told you I didn't have many slides, but again, this slide tells the whole story, And again, everything else you can just kind of piece together. We looked into Benjamin Netanyahu. It's also possible with something with him tomorrow. But again, it could be something else that we're not expecting. Maybe King Charles finally croaks tomorrow or something. I've been talking about that recently. I don't think that happens either tomorrow, but I'm just throwing things out there. The last time I did a video about the day before, something happened that connected perfectly to it. You guys remember when I did a video on March 7th about the son replacing King Charles, and then the son replaced the Iranian leader, perfectly aligned? So I'm expecting something to connect to all this tomorrow, whether it's a celebrity death, something with Trump, something with Netanyahu, something with Israel or Iran. Something is going to connect tomorrow on the Ides of March, or the next day, okay? Not just tomorrow, but the next day as well. The next day also has all these alignments. Because actually, if you take all these alignments and you don't add the day, it lands on the 16th. So you can't overlook the 16th also. Also, 3:16 is John 3:16. God gave his only begotten son, right? A huge day as well. 3:17 is St. Patrick's Day. I've been talking a lot about 320 and 319. I think this week's going to be a big week, this coming week, especially with yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I predicted the Iran. I mean, I knew it was coming for a while. I mean, last year when Trump bombed Iran in 2025 on his Martian birthday, I essentially predicted that as well because I was watching the Martian birthdays. But it's not about getting right predictions, guys. I don't want to just be somebody that says, "Oh, I need to get right predictions." It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. All I'm showing you is the code, okay? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. Again, the only reason I want to be right is because I want to be more in tune with the code. That's the only reason. Because it makes you see that you're onto something, right? If you're not onto something, then why are you even doing this? That's the only point of wanting to get things right, is that you want to see that you're onto a code somehow, right? And this code is so clear, guys. We've talked about the 611 code. We've talked about the 187 code before. We talked about the 322 code. These aren't new. These are all things we talked about before. And they all align for tomorrow. Tomorrow is AEW Revolution. Good one. Oh, it's MJF's birthday. Oh, okay. Somebody's bringing in a wrestling connection here. Okay, Revolution. So again, I told you guys, WWE is modern day Shakespearean play, okay? And somebody just informed me in the chat tomorrow, Mr. S just informed me that MJF, the guy on the cover here, is his birthday tomorrow, guys. And it's on his birthday in crypto, guys, crypto. Something with crypto the next couple days. Crypto.com arena, man. Ides of March, paying debts. He's facing the Cowboy. Interesting. So I did not even think to look into this. And Revolution, guys. Revolution. Hangman Adam Page. Trump is the hangman. My goodness. I'm glad you brought this up, Mr. S. So you have Hangman Adam Page versus the devil, MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, born on the Ides of March, and he's headlining an event on his birthday on the Ides of March. And MJF is known as the devil. You see this? MJF, the devil. So, I mean, wow. I mean, you see how he's wearing this devil mask, sitting on the throne. And just a quick, MJF is like the headline star for AEW. Check this out. Check out how coded this guy is. His initials are MJF, right? Check out how MJF equals the name of the company, AEW. You guys see how it's a perfect match? I mean, what are the odds of that? He's the star of the company. And his name, MJF, equals AEW. Also, Trump equals 29. Jesus equals 11. So Jesus equals 11 in the same cipher as MJF and AEW. But devil equals 52. He's known as the devil, right? Yeah, the devil is the 15th tarot card. That's a great addition as well. Thank you, Mr. S. Wow, you're tearing it up in there. The tarot card, which represents the devil, is the 15th card, guys. Tomorrow is the 15th. Tomorrow is the 15th. And it's the devil, MJF's birthday on the Ides of March. And he's facing the hangman. In crypto. Crypto means hidden. Crypto.com arena. The last pay-per-view by AEW was literally called World's End, guys. Look, World's End on December 27th in Chicago was in 2025. It was called World's End, folks. And it had Hangman Adam Page. And now fast forward to Revolution tomorrow, and you have the Devil and Hangman Adam Page again. So I don't know what else to say about that right now because I haven't looked into it more, but I mean, this is a perfect addition to what I was talking about. Crypto.com arena. Let's see what that equals. $211, like Trump is the 47th president and 211 is the 47th prime. Caesar equals 47. Caesar equals 47. Trump equals 47. You see how Trump equals 25 or 29? You see how MJF equals 29 and AEW 29? Interesting. But I haven't even talked. I got to finish this part. Then we'll get back to the comments, guys. So tomorrow is also the day that a 3i Atlas is going to make its closest approach to Jupiter. Let me just type this in so I can find it faster. So look at this. The comet 3i Atlas will pass about 358 AU, about 3.33 million miles from Jupiter on the 16th. Okay, so it says on the 16th. I mean, why is everyone, Mr. S, you're saying it's on 320, but everything I see, it says it's on 316. It says it right here. But if it's on 320, I mean, it's probably going to be close to there on 322. It's going to be close there the next days in general. Like it's probably close all these days. But every day I'm seeing is 316. Okay. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is because I just got done talking about 611, right? Assassination equals 611. 316 is 611 days after Trump was shot. But this, I've always talked about how this comet is about the third eye, right? The third eye, 3i, right? Third eye, right? Now, the third eye chakra, okay, which is, again, essentially the Illuminati symbol as well, right? But the third eye chakra, so what's that equal in gematria? Check this out. Or what was it? Oh, yeah, look at this, guys. I thought it was third eye chakra, but it's third eye equals 611. So again, the 3i Atlas comet is going to be passing by Jupiter, the king of the gods, on the day that Trump's assassination turns 611. And again, assassination equals 611, okay? And all roads lead to Rome equals 611 in the same cipher as third eye. So watch out for some sort of, and this is, the show that's happening tomorrow is a revolution. I mean, I would say this world is in need of a revolution of Christ. A revolution actually equals Jesus Christ, as a matter of fact. But yeah, 611 is also that gematria. So you've got this Jupiter. Now, how does the Ides of March connect to Jupiter? Well, if you search that, if you search the Ides of March, hold on. You're going to see that Jupiter is actually mentioned. If you scroll down, The month of Martius was named for the god Mars, whose birthday was celebrated on the 1st, but the Ides of every month were sacred to Jupiter. Okay, so we have 3i Atlas passing near Jupiter on the near the Ides of March. And what happens on the Ides of March? The Flamen Dialis, however you say that, Dialis, Flamen Dialis, Jupiter's high priest, leads the eyed sheep, Ovis Idulis, in procession along the Via Sacra to the arks where it was sacrificed. Okay, so the priest for Jupiter on the Ides of every month leads the eyed sheep along the road of sacrifice to the temple or to the tower for sacrifice. So again, Jupiter passing against 3i Atlas is going to be passing Jupiter, okay? As this Ides of March is coming. So Jupiter is going to be a big connection because again, Jupiter is the king of the gods. Think about how a ruler is like a Caesar. So I really think that Jupiter is also very important for the next days coming. I mean, Jupiter is always important, usually in a lot of things, but I'm just saying that it is a very important day. Yeah, please hit those likes. Coffee Girl says, smash those like buttons, guys. Again, I do my best to bring the best connections. And again, I don't know what's a better connections that I could have found with tomorrow than these. Okay. Tell me any connection that if anyone in the chat has a better connection to tomorrow than these connections right here, I will certainly applaud you. And I'm sure you guys have great connections. You guys already made great contributions, but I'm just saying, what is the main point of tomorrow? And tomorrow seems to be aligning with these assassinations. Does it mean something happens? No, it doesn't mean anything happens. It just means that this reality is part of a code and it's clearly playing out. And with that being said, I'm going to get into the chat and take a few questions or comments, and then I'm going to wrap it up. But beware the Ides of March. Yeah, let's just check the gematria of that phrase real fast. I just want to see if there's anything I missed. I'm a horrible typer when I'm under pressure. I do fine when I'm like just sitting in my room typing for myself, but when I'm under pressure, I type very badly, very slowly. So I apologize for that. Okay, so beware the Ides of March 188. I mean, I could talk about the Ides of March, which equals 56. It's a huge number as well, of course. 101. It also equals Orem, Utah. I said it equals Orem, Utah, where Charlie Kirk was shot at. I mean, the 56 itself is big, right? You know, Mind Control, 56, Society of Jesus, Washington, D.C., the Judge, you know, all those 56s that you guys already have heard many times. I do find that Ides of March equals 286, which is the gematria of the king is dead, long live the king, which I've shared before. This is an interesting number. Yeah, Bavarian Illuminati equals 188. Thank you for that. That's a good addition. Yeah. Bavarian Illuminati has that 188, like beware the Ides of March. So and again, that phrase is famous for that phrase is famous from the Shakespeare. And I talked about this before, but my favorite band, Alter Bridge, their lead singer. Okay, so Alter Bridge is interesting. You know, talking about bridges. Their last album had like a crow on it. But Alter Bridge anyway equals, so check this out. Alter Bridge equals Ides of March. You see that? Let me just prop that up here. So you see how this band literally equals Ides of March. I mean, is that a coincidence? I don't think so, because their lead singer is named Miles Kennedy. So the band equals Ides of March. Their lead singer is called Kennedy, but Kennedy actually did his own album called The Ides of March. Do you see why I'm bringing this up? You guys might be, why is he talking about some random rock band? Well, first of all, it's my favorite band when I was growing up. But what are the odds of that? His band that he performs in, Alter Bridge, equals Ides of March. His name is Kennedy. And when he came out on his own without his band, he did an album called The Ides of March. And when did he release it? On Israel's birthday. On May 14th, 2021, he released the Ides of March on Israel's birthday. And look at the guy who produces the Alter Bridge albums. His name is Michael Elvis. So again, this band is super coded, but just check out the songs on there. So one of the songs on the Ides of March is a song called The Ides of March, and this is a phenomenal song. For anyone who's a fan of old classic rock, kind of Led Zeppelin-ish rock, which again, I'm not saying that stuff's necessarily good, but if you're just in for good music, the song The Ides of March by Miles Kennedy is a phenomenal song. But also there's a song on there called In Stride, and in that song, it says on Moonshot is also on there, but In Stride is about alien invasion. So I've always thought that whenever we get the Project Bluebeams thing, that this song will connect to it. If you just look at like the In Stride album by Miles Kennedy, you'll see that. See if I can find a screenshot of it. I guess it doesn't show it, but anyway, he's reading a newspaper that says the aliens are coming. Oh, right here. Right here, guys, the war. Yeah, in the song, there's tanks, right? And he reads headlines on the paper that says the aliens are coming. So that, again, that's on the same album called The Ides of March, right? So that's why I'm bringing this up, because, and again, his band equals Ides of March, Alter Bridge. And check this out. He released the song, The Ides of March, on the what was it? Let me see. The Ides of March. Oh, yeah. He released the Ides of March on the 134th day of the year. You see that? This is how you know it's coded 100%. He literally released the song. Why did he not release it on the Ides of March, guys? Why did he wait till Israel's birthday on the 134th day of the year? Right? If you're going to release a song called the Ides of March, why are you releasing it in May? On the 134th day of the year? Well, maybe that's because the album that you're releasing is called The Ides of March and it equals 134. Maybe that's why, okay? I mean, otherwise, I don't know what else to tell you. How can that not be coded? How can that not be perfectly aligned? If you're going to release an album called The Ides of March, why are you doing it on the 134th day of the year, which is not the Ides of March? It's 2 months late, right? Again, Israel's birthday, the day of the release, is the 134th day of the year, okay? Wow, guys, look at this. It's 4 years and 110 months and 1 day from that release to tomorrow. That's the Ides of March gematria. And actually, check this out. You want to see how coded this is? When you take the Ides of March, right, like the name of the album, with the, it equals 134, right? Like the day of the year it was released. But if you take away the, you get 101. Like his band, Alter Bridge, equals 101. But check this out. 134 is the 101 composite number. I showed this yesterday with my last decode yesterday, how these composite numbers are so perfect. Again, what are the odds? If you take away the, if you add the, it's 134. If you take away the, it's 101. 134 is the 101 composite. This stuff is just phenomenal, guys. It's just so deeply coded. And this is not all man doing this. This is a mathematical construct that man just has somehow found a way to even slightly tap into, okay? Satan certainly did not surpass anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He didn't surpass anything. I'm just saying that man or Satan is just trying to emulate it at least a little bit, right? The higher code is much more profound than what we could ever think. But again, I just proved to you that, at least I can't think that this guy, Miles Kennedy, was not aware, or maybe his producer, Elvis Baskett, is aware. Maybe, because look at what the name Michael Elvis Baskett equals. Just check this out, guys. Look. What I'll give you guys, okay, I want to take some guess. Chat participation time. What do you think Michael Elvis Baskett equals in gematria? Take a couple guesses. Let's see if you guys can get it right. What's the biggest number associated with the Jesuits? I'll give you guys that hint. No, but good guess, guys. You guessed 134, but good guess. Maggie got it. 201. Now, remember, Miles Kennedy released his album, The Ides of March, on Israel's birthday, which is called The State of Israel, right? And if you run The State of Israel in reverse, oh, look what you get. 201. So do you think Miles Kennedy might be aware that he's releasing an album on the 134th day of the year, which equals 134, which is Israel's birthday? Or do you think it might be that the producer, Michael Elvis Baskett, the guy who equals 201, like State of Israel, maybe he's the one that, released an album, produced an album that came out on the State of Israel's birthday. So, I mean, I'm just saying this is research I've done like actually years ago about Miles Kennedy and the Ides of March, because I always thought this was a weird album in it, just interesting connections. But again, how many years was that after Israel? Let me see. I'm just going to do a quick measurement from Israel's birthday to that album. Oh, it was 73 years. Interesting, huh? 73 years. Didn't I just have... Hold on a second. I thought I had a 73. That's interesting, though, too. But it was 73. So he released that album on Israel's 73rd birthday. But look, that from releasing that from Israel's founding to that album released on their birthday, it was 26663 days. Interesting number. I'm trying to think what the 73. Man, I can't remember. But yeah, remember, guys, Tomorrow is 145 days after Netanyahu's birthday. Again, the day of the tomorrow is 145 days. The day of Israel founding is 145, like Catholic equals 145. Chicago equals 145. The state of Israel equals 66, like Iran. That's a good one. Today is the 73rd day of the year, yeah. Mr. S says I should look into Damian Neal. Oh, sorry. How long has that comment been on the screen? Sorry, I always forget to take that off. Hold on. Oh, that's what it is, guys. Look. He called the album the Ides of March, and he released it on Israel's 73rd birthday. Are you coding me? On the 134th day of the year. That's what it was. I knew there was something. I knew it was the Ides of March. The name of the album is literally The Ides of March, okay? And you release it on Israel's 73rd birthday? So, I mean, and it's the 134th day of the year, which is the other gematria of the album. Again, guys, how many, for all people, I'm not talking to the majority of you in the chat. I'm talking to the skeptics. If there is any skeptics about gematria in general, whether you believe anyone's doing it or not, or whether you believe it's all organic, you cannot deny that it's there. We don't know exactly how all this stuff happens, but we know it's there. We can see it. This is what I've just showed you is undeniable. I don't see how anyone could deny, as we've gone through this and looked at it, how could anyone deny that this is, you know, this is clearly what's going on here. And, like I just showed you the 201s with State of Israel, and then we just found out that the 73 years is the gematria of the album, okay? Which is the dates, the amount of years. So anyway, and that's why I like to do this stuff on the live streams too. You can actually see that I'm not making this stuff up, trying very hard to find this. I didn't have to try very hard to make this connection. I just had to type in the name of the album, find out what day of the year it was released on, which is the 134th day of the year. I realized it was Israel's birthday, and then I was like, I wonder how many years after Israel. Oh, look, it's 73 years later. 73 years later. I mean, that wasn't hard at all. And every single one of you could do this. This is not, I'm not even special. I'm not even a good decoder. It's easy to do, guys. I'm not even good. This is any of you could do this. A baby could do this. A 5-year-old could do this. I'm not saying, maybe not a baby, but a 5-year-old at least. Maybe a 5-year-old could do this, because all a 5-year-old would have to do is know how to do it. He'd have to just say, "Oh, look, Daddy, you have to go look at what year the album was released on. Oh, it was released on the 134th day of the year, Daddy. Like look what the album equals, And then what really makes it solidified is that it was 73 years after Israel's birthday, right? That's what really solidifies it even more. There's probably even something with the 244, and the 244 is a special number as well. It's connected to 666 in pi. I'm not going to get into that, but again, I'm just saying that a 5-year-old could do this. Sometimes I feel like I'm not even special enough to be doing this, because I'm not saying I'm not special, but I'm just saying that as easy as this can be sometimes, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this. I'm definitely not a rocket scientist, I'll tell you that. I'm dumb in a lot of things. I'm not very smart in some things. Anyway, I'm just reading the comments now. Thank you for all being here. Thank you for hitting the like button. Let me go back for all these you getting in late. Let's go one quick recap. Let's just do one quick recap. Tomorrow is 611 days after Trump was shot at 611. Assassination equals 611. Brotherhood of Death equals 611 and 187. Tomorrow is 187 days after Charlie Kirk. He was shot at Turning Point USA event, which equals 187. Tomorrow is 3 months and 22 days after JFK, which is Skull and Bones 322. JFK assassination 187, like Turning Point USA, like Brotherhood of Death. That's the recap. Like, that's as easy as it is. Okay. Oh, and Charlie Kirk was shot in Orem, Utah, which is Rome. And all roads lead to Rome equals 611. That actually blew my mind, guys. I never knew that all roads lead to Rome equaled 611. And isn't it funny that like one of the biggest events in Roman history was an assassination, which equals 611? Yeah, and tomorrow's the Ides of March, which is the 15th, which is the devil card. We talked about how tomorrow the AEW is having an event called Revolution. The guy's birthday is March 15th. Let's see. O is the 15th letter. Yeah, like the circle. Oh, to go back on yesterday's decode about the 136, the nightmare before Christmas equals 136, huh? I'll have to add that to my list. Good one. The nightmare before Christmas, 136. In case you guys are wondering, what's he talking about 136 now? Because if you guys missed yesterday's stream, please go back and watch that. That stream got a lot less views than the one before that, but I think the stream from yesterday was super important to watch, folks. Because I'm going to be talking about that. For those of you who haven't watched that stream yesterday, I would recommend going back and watching that, because that is a stream that I'm going to be talking about for a long time going into the future. Okay. As a matter of fact, before we hang up this stream, let's the eclipse of the century that's coming up on August 2nd. Let's do a quick date measurement. I told you guys, every time I look at dates, I'm going to be measuring from that date to the next big eclipse, the eclipse of the century. Let's see how many days tomorrow is from the eclipse of the century. Wow. Okay. I'm seeing something here. That is interesting. Tomorrow is 16 months and 18 days before the eclipse of the century. 1618, guys. The golden ratio. Wow, that's got me super intrigued now. 505 days. Yeah, also it's 1 year. If you add the date, it's 1 year, 141 days. That's World War III equals 141. That's interesting. It's also 1 year and 20 weeks from tomorrow to the eclipse of the century. That's like Inauguration Day. So anyway, let's see if anything happens tomorrow that connects to this, that connects to all this stuff I just revealed here. If you guys missed yesterday's decode, go back and watch that. Anyway, let's start wrapping this up. We are at I always go over. We are at 1 hour and 9 minutes, but let's wrap this up there. It's already longer than I wanted to go. But you guys are champions, man. You guys sit through my blabbering every day. For 2 days in a row now, you've had to sit through my blabbering for over an hour. But thank you guys so much for listening to me babble on. Peyton Manning's numbers. Yeah, 16 and 18 is Peyton Manning's numbers. Yep. Let's see. The Titanic was launched on 3/15 on May. Okay, May 31st, like 315. Yeah, that. Thank you, Maggie. I know you guys choose to watch me, and I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much, Maggie. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Maggie. Maggie's always, guys, Maggie's she's always here. And I'm not saying that most of you guys are always here. Sojourn's always here. Maggie's always here. Coffee Girl's always here. Moonlin's always here. Gigi's always here mostly. I see Jeffrey here. All you guys are always here. So thank you so much. I mean, Visionary Vet's always here. Mr. S is always here. I mean, and all you guys that are lurking, all you lurkers out there in the background, I know you guys are always here too. I'm surprised Clint Eastwood's not gone yet. Clint Eastwood, I thought he was going to go around sometime before the Super Bowl, but I would say keep an eye on him though. Aaron Warren's a lurker. We caught one, guys. We caught a lurker in the chat. Let's see if we can use this lurker and we can bait some other lurkers into coming out. Oh, Kathy Chauner's a lurker. Kathy Chauner. Thank you so much, Kathy. You used to be more talkative in the chat back in the day, but I know you've been here for a while, Kathy. Thank you. See, I told you we could use that. We could use a lurker as some bait to get some other ones. But it was all thanks to who was the first one? Aaron Warren. Aaron, thank you so much. Manchmal, somebody says. Yes, sometimes. That's German for sometimes. I'm first time lurking here. Well, thank you for being a first time lurker. This is a funny word, guys. I like the word lurk is just a funny word. It's when you say it, it just sounds funny. I've lurked, but now I'm subscribed. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Wow, look at this, guys. I mean, you look at all these lurkers, man. There's at least 200 lurkers in the chat. So we've gotten already about 30 of them. Yeah, let's see what lurker equals. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, guys, lurker equals matrix. What the heck? What the heck? It's a perfect match to matrix. What the? That's pretty weird. I mean, I don't know what that means, but that's weird. Are you guys lurkers? Are you guys matrix lurkers? Is that what you guys are? I mean, that's a perfect match too. I mean, I gotta save that one in my my thing here. So now we know what you guys really are. You're lurking out there in the matrix. That's what it is. It also equals Christ. Look at this. Christ. Actually, it's backwards, Christ. 85 and 77. Yeah, hopefully I've gotten some of these lurkers to come out of the matrix and come into the process of seeing how the numbers are coded. Lurker equals 3141. Really? Dr. Savage is in the house. Shout out to Dr. Savage. Lurker equals 3141. Oh, I see it equals three. I see it equals 314. Where do you see 3141? Or did you just mean, yeah, is Zach Hubbard lurking? Zach, we know I love you, Zach. I know you're lurking. Reduction and reverse reduction. Oh, I see what you mean. 3141. Yeah, that's a good one. Like pi. 3141. It also equals 314 in Fibonacci. Anyway, we're just having fun now. I mean, we've already made the point, right? We've already made the basic point here, but we're just having fun now. And I was gonna hang this up 10 minutes ago. So, to all you lurkers and to all you non-lurkers, thank you so much for everything that you guys do. And this was a fun stream. This is we got some laughs and some fun out of this. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna hang this up. Have a great rest of your day out there, all you lurkers, all you decoders. And don't forget to smash those likes if you like the content. And I will see you guys in the next couple days with another decode. All right. God bless. Take care. See you.